Hi everyone, my name is Courtney and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be discussing a June TBR. So for the past couple Junes I've had more planned TBRs, more theming, but this year June snuck up on me. So I basically compiled the queer books that I had on my physical TBR, and I also went out and purchased a couple new books. Again, all queer reads. So this is kind of like the stack I'm working with for June. It would be great if I read all of these, but that's not necessarily the goal. But anyway, basically June snuck up on me, so I didn't really have time or the energy to plan like a more themed reading vlog. So what I was kind of going for when I was picking stuff to buy, I was looking for books that I had on my TBR for a really long time. And so I kind of compiled that with things that I have physically and things that I've wanted to read for a very long time. So things that have been on the TBR pile for a while, or just like things that I'm really excited to read that I've been thinking about a lot. I guess that's what I was going for. A very loose theme. So one book that I had on my physical TBR already that I would like to get to is Out There Into the Queer New Yonder, edited by Sandra Mitchell. This is a part of that queer young adult short story collection series. The first one was in the past, the second one was in the present, and this one is in the future. So I'm hoping for like more fantasy sci-fi type stories. And yeah, there's a couple authors that I've read from before, but a lot that I haven't read from, so really excited to hopefully get some new recommendations. I honestly have been kind of iffy about most of the stories in both collections. I just feel like a lot of these authors are novelists, and being a novelist and a short story writer are very different things. Like, the short stories aren't really bad. They definitely give me a good taste of the author's style, but there are very few stories that I feel like are really actual short stories that feel fleshed out, that are really good reads. But again, I'm hoping to get a taste of some new authors, and hopefully I will pick up their longer works in the future, but maybe something will surprise me and something will be a really, really good short story. I never know. And then the other book that I had already had on my TBR was The Sun and the Star, which is in the Percy Jackson universe, and it's a novel for Nico and Will. This is by Rick Riordan, of course, but it is also in tandem with Mark Oshiro, which I'm really excited about. I'm really excited to see Rick partnering with somebody else, so I'm just excited for this book. This obviously is a new release, but it's something I bought the day it came out. I was really excited for it. Love Percy Jackson. I love Nico, obviously, and this is a heavy chunker, but I'm still excited for it. So let's get into the books that I've been buying in preparation for this. So the first book that I bought for this video was Darius the Great Deserves Better by Abdib Karam. This is the second book in a duology series. I believe I read the first one last year around June. The first one just kind of hinted at some stuff, while this one is actually going to have more of Darius's relationship stuff, I think. I really enjoyed the first one. Really excited to finish out this duology. And yeah, just really excited to have it on my shelf. I really like this cover art. But this is going to be YA contemporary. Well, the first one was set in Iran. I think this one is going to be set in America, because the first book was Darius going to visit his family in Iran, while this one is going to be set, obviously, after the end of that trip. So yeah, really excited for that. Really enjoyed the first one. And then the next book I have is one that's been on my TBR for a very long time, probably since it was released. I've just been hearing about this book for forever, getting so many recommendations for it from different videos, and it just seems like my thing, and now I'm finally reading it, and that is going to be Sawkill Girls by Claire Legrand. This is young adult horror speculative stuff. I know it's sapphic queer, but I don't know much more than that, except a lot of people that I trust like it, and it's been on recommendation lists for years, so I'm really, really excited for this one. The next two are some newer-ish releases, but again, they're books that have been recommended a lot, that I've been thinking about a lot, and just every time I see it, I want to read it. The first one of that is In Deeper Waters by F.T. Lukens, and this is like pirate ship sailing adventure gay story. My friend really likes this one. I've been in love with the cover art of this for years, and so I'm just excited to see how it is. It's just so beautiful, so colorful, and I'm hoping the story reflects that. And then the next book I have is The First Sister by Lyndon A. Lewis. This is, I honestly don't know much about it except that it's adult sci-fi fantasy. That's all I really need to know, adult sci-fi fantasy with queer elements. I feel like I've also heard the audiobook's really good, so maybe I'll have to check out that. But yeah, this is the first book in a trilogy, I believe. Really excited to read it. I don't know if the series is completed, actually. It could be longer than a trilogy, but I don't know. I'm excited to get into it, see what it's all about, because I really don't know that much. And then the last book I have on my TBR is a book I don't actually have with me because it's still being shipped, and that is, I believe it's called The Black Door. I've seen this on lists forever, and I've been interested in it forever, especially since I learned that it deals with like an aro ace protagonist. It's completely my jam. Like, I want to read every queer book out there, but I especially want to try and read like every aro ace book out there, especially since there's not as many. But I've had this book on my TBR for forever, and I'm really excited to finally get to it. Salco Girls and that one are like two that I've just had on my TBR in my brain for a really long time, so I'm really excited to get to both of them. But yeah, that's gonna do it for my TBR pile. Hopefully I'm getting a range of good stuff. I'm really excited for everything, but there's also just so many books I want to read in Pride Month, so many books in general, and I'm really excited to read them. But yeah, let me know, what are you reading for the month of June? Have any good Pride reading plans planned out? Let me know. But thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys later, and happy reading.